Well, while the Bondo is drying on the other end of the fender here, I'm going to take a look at this uh, end of the fender here where the headlight goes. And you know how mud and crap piles up in there and they rust out. I was lucky enough to get a good solid one somebody cut off for me. I can't remember where this one came from, if I cut it off one of the two cars I scrapped or not, but anyway, I just cut off the piece that I'm going to need. Now this is a passenger side fender, and I'm working on the driver's side, but the arc and everything is the same, so the piece that I need will have the same arc and everything. So there's a piece of scrap. I don't think there's much left I can do with that one there, but I will probably save it like I save everything else. So we'll continue and make a little patch panel. Well, one thing I learned quite a while ago, you can see where the holes are in the middle, but where those black lines are, that's kind of where the pitting, the heavy pitting is stopped, and that's how much you want to cut out. Because if you stop, if you just cut out the stuff that's got a hole in it, all the material around those holes is real thin. You'll have a heck of a time trying to weld that. And so you really have to, you know, the patch is going to be much larger than what you think. And if you don't do that, you're going to be in trouble. So there's my marks. And I'll have to mark it on the outside. And I'm a little nervous about doing this because these fenders are wrapped around, they're stamped, and then they're welded, I think, somewhere in here. You can't really see it. There it is, there's the seam right there. So these are actually stamped and wrapped around. So there's going to be tension on this fender, and it makes me real nervous to do some work on this. So we will see how it goes. Well, I don't know if this cross bracing is going to help. I just put it on with vice grips. I could have tack welded it, but I think they'll be out of my way. And I feel a little bit better about it, but I'm still a little nervous about cutting that. But got to move forward. Well, I did the dirty deed. I cut that piece out, and it didn't pop, and it doesn't look like it moved at all. So I'm glad I put those braces in there. But you can see now how pitted and thin that area is. That's why I cut beyond the holes there. And hopefully if I can get a perfect fit with the new piece, we can get that thing tacked in there today. And I've kind of rough cut this patch, and one thing I want to make sure is that this hole here lines up with that one here and this one, and so I'm going to make a template and make sure I get that where it's supposed to be so my headlight bucket will fit correctly before I do any more cutting. So that's my next step. But if you do, you can fix it. And I got my holes lined up so bucket will fit. Keep welding and get this thing done. Well, I finished welding it. Pretty ugly right now, but the shape is correct, and that's the main thing. And doesn't look too bad. I'm going to flip it over and look at my penetration on the other side. I looked at it quick. It looks pretty good. Going to get those welds ground down, check for pinholes, and that'll be ready for a skim of Bondo too.